Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. I've been avoiding commitments for a long time with my partner because I'm scared of where it will lead us if she ends up living with me full time. She is pushing for it, but I always find an excuse not to do it. Am I being a pussy, guys? Don't worry, I respect your advice. I will not take any offense. I don't think it's being a pussy, right? Because once they've moved in, it's harder then to, like, if something happens or anything like that. Like, there is definitely a concern.
Yeah, definitely. I think you got to kind of look into why you're avoiding, like, the moving in and the commitment of it. If there's a deeper reason why, then you need to figure that out. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, because at the minute with me and Sabina, she's got her own flat, and sometimes I feel guilty that she's gonna have to give up her flat to move to my house. But like logically, if you laid it on the table, it makes more sense because I'm in a 3-bed. I couldn't, but she's in like the better location and all this sort of stuff.
What is she? She owns that, doesn't she? She said she's going to sell it.
Yeah, she's gonna sell it. Yeah, and then like her sister said to her, like, "Oh, what happens if it doesn't work out between you and Dan, and she's then not got her flat?" Which is like,
she needs to just keep that nest egg aside, though. Whatever she makes from the flat,
well, she needs
keep
to get
that
a
aside.
car. Well, she did a government thing where they helped her out, so she has to pay them back.
Yeah. Same as what I did when I had the flat originally.
Yeah, so I don't think she's going to make that much money off it. But there's always concerns like that, right? Like, you never know what's set in stone for like the future and stuff like that.
Mate, you could be in a 10-year relationship and it falls apart. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think as long as you're not 2 months together and you're jumping into things, then I think anything after 6 months, I think is a reasonable amount of time to have known someone to then start thinking about moving in together. But if it's like a situation where it's like you with Sabina, where you both own your own properties, then there's a lot more to think about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you just got to push through like the concerns and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to like encourage her to like decorate the house, and we're doing all these different things to make it feel like it's her home. And I will, of course, I think my thing's fixed for like 2 years. So when it comes up and I have to remortgage, her name will be going on it. So she has.
So it's both of yours.
Yeah. So she has some sort of thing of her own. But that's just the way the relationship goes, right? Like you're together and then you live together. That's just the natural progression.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, like there might be an ongoing reason why this listener is not committed to it, other than the fact that he's just worried about the commitment. There might be like he's had a relationship before where it's not gone well and they were moved in together too early or whatever. There might be past problems that are causing this, like doubt.
Mm.
So you need to like kind of dive into that a bit more right before saying a dead no, because I don't think if you're both living separately, I don't think your relationship will ever like blossom into something else, because it's always going to be at that same level.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Agree with that. I don't think there's a time limit. As long as you're not, I would say 6 months or less is unreasonable time to move in with someone. After that, you can start thinking about things because you know you're a bit more committed.
It is fucking scary though, man. Like,
moving
together is fucking terrifying. So there's definitely it's not unreasonable for you to feel the way you're feeling.
No, when I moved in with Charlotte initially, I was very young, and like we were both living at home, so it's a bit easier. But the stress of like getting my own place and then living with someone that had lived at a different standard to me as well, which was completely because I was lazy as fuck and didn't know how to do anything. Was fucking scary, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same. I go to bed and I could leave like dishes and stuff like that for like the next morning.
Mm.
And sometimes I turn around and Sabina's just doing it, and I'm like, "So I'll do that tomorrow," and she's like, "It's fine." You know what I mean? It's like but then like when I wake up in the morning and they're done, like I absolutely get why she does them the night before. But I'm just like, I want to go to bed.
And it will take a while for you to be re-domesticated into. I always call it domesticated, like we're an animal, but it is kind of like that because it's like now. Do you know when I've had friends round,
Mm-hmm.
or my brother's a fucker for it. He will leave stuff in my sink, and that drives me crazy. Well, I even told you off when you were here with Sabina. I'd be like, "Don't leave that there. Don't leave that there," and it's because it becomes then my standard. Do you know what I mean? And then I've lowered Charlotte's standards in certain other ways because Charlotte would put on stuff. Charlotte would wear something for 2 minutes and then put it in the wash. I'd be like, no. I said, you're wasting electric, fucking water, everything, washing tabs. I was like, if you've worn that all day, then that's allowed to go in there. But if you've worn it for 20 minutes while we're in the garden or whatever, that's not going in the fucking wash.
Yeah, because I do. So like I have like work gear, which obviously gets changed every day. If you come home from work and have a shower and then put jogging bottoms and a t-shirt on, and then you take like I could have worn that for like a couple of hours. That would be good for like tomorrow as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, fuck that. And then you got like people like my stepdad who just wears like if mum's bought him clothes that he hasn't even touched. Like if mum wasn't around, he would just wear like 2 pairs of trousers and just rotate them.
Yeah, there's definitely a few guys I work with that I'm thinking, you were wearing that on Monday and it's now Friday, bruv. Like, you're a dirty cunt.
But then you don't take into account like I've got a few things so I'm like, this is fucking comfy and go buy a couple more. So it's like the same item.
Yeah, I'm like it with these Two Men No Hope tops, yeah. I've got like two of the same one and then two of the one where the symbol's on the front. And I rotate them all week. Like I'll go through, and then so for 4 of the days, people wearing them think I'm wearing the same t-shirt. I'm just like, I actively, because obviously you know my obsession with smelling. My obsession is that I just stand there. I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a fresh tea I put on today. I make sure I say it so people know.
Makes it like you're like one of those people that forgets something and has to say out loud. He's like, oh, I forgot on my phone. I've got to go back and get it just so he doesn't.
Yeah. That's just.
Well,
I can't help the paranoia though.
Oh yeah, no, I do the same thing, man. It's that you got to allow that inner voice so everyone knows. But we haven't spoke about it before. But Jamie got us to sponsor the Essence Vault. We've been trying to write lyrics saying about smelling and imprising on this email this listener. But yeah, so they're a company that I'm sure everyone's heard of, the Essence Vault. They're a company that makes the similar sort of perfume and aftershave to like the expensive stuff, but it's like, you know, a quarter of the price, if that.
Yeah, a quarter of the price. They always say inspired by.
Yeah.
But you can almost find everything on there.
They tell you on the website what it smells like, and then when it comes, it's just got a number. So you got to try and remember what your fucking number is that you ordered.
Or do what I done. I've got a little black pen, and I've written on all my bottles, because I've probably got about 12 bottles now.
Yeah.
I went a bit mad when I first got it. But I do get a compliment at least once a day about how nice I smell now, and the fragrance does last all day. So I'm not selling like fucking snake oil here. This is because normally when someone says, "Yeah, I was an inspired by fragrance," you think, "Oh, that's going to last 20 minutes and it'll be gone." No, it lasts all day. The smell doesn't go away.
Sabina uses it as well. Yeah, so to cut a long thing short, so you got 20% off if you go on our beacons. The top link is the link for 20% off of the. They do like, I think you can get like 3 bottles for something like £40 or £50.
Yeah, and then you can get another 20% off of that, which ends up being $39.99. I think it works out.
Yeah, so go check it out. But there will be some sort of
official,
written down spiel when Dan's grief has subsided. But But yeah, no, you just got to take that plunge, man. Like, unless, like Jamie says, there's something, you know, in the relationship that is making you think. But if it's just fear of because you're going to be living with someone you never lived before, you just got to do it, man. It's like everything else, man. There's always a little bit of fear, but once you've done it, you've done it. And we always say as well, when you first move in, both of you are gonna, like Jamie says, when he moved in with Charlotte, like you're in two different. Your parents bring you up different ways, so the little things that you don't, you just got to learn to live with each other. So don't let the little things cause arguments.
Yeah, I think don't be disheartened straight off the bat as well, because it does take a while to get used to living with someone.
Yeah, it's all about give and take, and don't hold it in. Communication is key. We always say on this podcast, if something annoys you or you don't understand or why they're doing something that way or anything like that, talk to them about it.
Yeah, otherwise it could be worse. It will end up being worse. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. But I tell you right now that most time the things the girls are doing are the right ways to do it. so live and learn. But thanks for your email. Hopefully it goes well.